I'm like, holy
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
shit, there's Wolverine right there.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Guys, good to see you both again. I genuinely, truly love this movie, so thank you for taking the time.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
I love you guys. So much of this movie, I feel like, is about who we can trust, what we're told versus, honestly, what's actually going on. For each of you, when you started in this industry, how much of that was a concern for you? Like, when you walked into a room, so how on guard did you have to feel for your own protection, I guess, in a way?
I actually remember, this is way before I even did my first movie. I was really into theatre back in London, and I was working at a theatre, and the artistic director, who I was like 17 or something, and he knew how much I loved acting. He took me aside and he was like, listen, he's like in his 60s, had been in the business for a long time. He's like, if anyone asks you to do an audition in a place that you don't feel comfortable in, talk to me first, do not go. Like, he was like, you have to be very careful. He knew how much I wanted it, and I think when when you see a young person with that hunger, it's very vulnerable. And he literally took me out to dinner and was like, I just want to make sure that you know that even though your intentions are pure, there are people in the world who will take advantage of that. And I still, to this day, I will remember that, and I appreciate that so much, because it went king. At 17, I was like, oh, okay. And I've always been very careful since.
Yeah, look, I'm a privileged white man that's pretty large, and I never really felt scared, I guess, going into any of these rooms. But when I was a model, which I do have a male, being a male model and working in that industry, I think it's different than in acting. And yes, it is definitely you're having to skirt around a lot of things where you're just like, come on, man, let's just take the pictures.
Yeah. Oh God.
But it again, like I was really lucky. I kind of grew up in a way that, and in a place that I learned how to handle that stuff like pretty easy in a way.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad, obviously, you guys both had people on your sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, luckily.
Channing, if you'll allow me one nerdy question, I have to tell you, as everyone's telling you, that one of the greatest theatrical experiences I have had in a long time was seeing you as Gambit. You have no idea how much that meant to me. I've told you for years that I want to see this.
I know.
I'd love for you to tell me about the first time you heard Sean call action and you got to speak your first lines as Gambit on camera.
Look, you can't. I mean, we've talked about this a lot, and I remember the last time I just saw you for Fly Me to the Moon. I wanted to tell you then, but I couldn't. Because we've talked about this for a long time now. But
to be fair, I wouldn't have wanted you to ruin it for me.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I wanted to, but so there was a full-on brain-melting moment where I'm one of the first scenes we shot is us getting out of the minivan, like and like sort of all sort of like lining up, and it didn't hit me until we're all like blocking the scene, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, there's Wolverine right there. Oh my God, Deadpool, Blade. Electra, 623. I'm literally like in like a childhood like cartoon that I'm like watching, or a comic that I'm reading, and like I literally couldn't breathe. I was like, this is so wild. I'm playing the highest stakes like make-believe game in my entire life. And when you yell action, you're just like, oh man, I've been doing this voice in my head since I've been like a child.
I've got this.
You know, like so and yeah, it was crazy. So thanks for asking, man.
Dude, you did make a name for yourself. I hope you know that.
Hell yeah.
I love you guys. Thank you for making this film. Thank you for making Deadpool and Wolverine. I love you guys so much. And seriously, I know you have a busy day, so I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, big
Thank
love,
you.
man.
Good to see you, man.
Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.